Hello friends, we've brought you 50 SQL query exercises that you can use for practice before the interview. Solving practice questions is the fastest way to learn any subject. To start with the SQL queries, you first need to create some tables and populate them with demo data. You can see from the screen that we will use the three tables: worker, bonus, and title. This is your SQL script that includes commands to create a sample worker table. Just run this SQL script. It will create the worker table and insert the demo data. This is another SQL script that creates the second table, which is the bonus table, and add the demo data. Now this is the final SQL script which creates the title table and populate it with the test data. You can copy all of these scripts from our website techbeamers.com. Link is available in the description. Just a reminder, please make sure you have copied and run the SQL scripts. Otherwise, you will not be able to test and practice with the SQL query exercises. Let's start. The first few are basic queries, good for beginners. Here, you have to select a worker's first name, display it in uppercase, and fetch unique values of the department. Exercise 4. Write an SQL query to print the first three characters of first name from the worker table. Exercise 5. Write an SQL query to find the position of the alphabet A in the first name column Amitabh from the worker table. Exercise 6. Write an SQL query to print the first name from the worker table after removing white spaces from the right side. Exercise 7. Write an SQL query to print the department from the worker table after removing white spaces from the left side. Exercise 8. Write an SQL query that fetches the unique values of department from the worker table and prints its length. Exercise 9. Write an SQL query to print the first name from the worker table after replacing A with A. Exercise 10. Write an SQL query to print the first name and last name from the worker table into a single column complete name. A space should separate them. Exercise 11. Write an SQL query to print all worker details from the worker table order by first name ascending. Exercise 12. Write an SQL query to print all worker details from the worker table order by first name ascending and department descending. Exercise 13. Write an SQL query to print details for workers with the first names Vipul and Satish from the worker table. Exercise 14. Write an SQL query to print details of workers excluding first names, Vipul and Satish, from the worker table. Exercise 15. Write an SQL query to print details of workers with department name as admin. Check the solution on the screen. Exercise 16. Write an SQL query to print details of the workers whose first name contains A. Exercise 17. Write an SQL query to print details of the workers whose first name ends with A. Exercise 18. Write an SQL query to print details of the workers whose first name ends with H and contains 6 alphabets. Exercise 19. Write an SQL query to print details of the workers whose salary lies between 100,000 and 5,000. Exercise 20. Write an SQL query to print details of the workers who joined in Feb 2021. Exercise 21. Write an SQL query to fetch the count of employees working in the department admin. Exercise 22. Write an SQL query to fetch worker names with salaries greater than or equal to 5,000 and less than or equal to 100,000. Exercise 23. Write an SQL query to fetch the number of workers for each department in descending order. Exercise 24. Write an SQL query to print details of the workers who are also managers. Exercise 25. Write an SQL query to fetch duplicate records having matching data in some fields of a table. Exercise 26. Write an SQL query to show only odd rows from a table. Exercise 27. Write an SQL query to show only even rows from a table. Exercise 28. Write an SQL query to clone a new table from another table. Exercise 29. Write an SQL query to fetch intersecting records of two tables. Exercise 30. Write an SQL query to show records from one table that another table does not have. Exercise 31. Write an SQL query to show the current date and time. Exercise 32. Write an SQL query to show the top N, say 10, records of a table. Exercise 33. Write an SQL query to determine the nth, say NDARM 5, highest salary from a table. Exercise 34. Write an SQL query to determine the fifth highest salary without using the top or limit method. Exercise 35. Write an SQL query to fetch the list of employees with the same salary. Exercise 36. Write an SQL query to show the second highest salary from a table. Exercise 37. Write an SQL query to show one row twice in the results from a table. Exercise 38. Write an SQL query to fetch intersecting records of two tables. Exercise 39. Write an SQL query to fetch the first 50% of records from a table. First, write the queries by yourself, and then check the answers on the screen. Exercise 40. Write an SQL query to fetch the departments that have less than 5 people in them. Exercise 41. Write an SQL query to show all departments along with the number of people in there. Exercise 42. Write an SQL query to show the last record from a table. Exercise 43. Write an SQL query to fetch the first row of a table. Pause here and write the queries. Did you write all these correctly? We hope you did. However, refer to the answers as needed. Exercise 44. Write an SQL query to fetch the last 5 records from a table. Exercise 45. Write an SQL query to print the names of employees having the highest salary in each department. Exercise 46. Write an SQL query to fetch 3 max salaries from a table. Exercise 47. Write an SQL query to fetch 3 min salaries from a table. Now, face the last 3 queries. Exercise 48. Write an SQL query to fetch nth max salaries from a table. Exercise 49. Write an SQL query to fetch departments along with the total salaries paid for each of them. Exercise 50. Write an SQL query to fetch the names of workers who earn the highest salary. That's it for today. We hope you enjoyed solving the SQL exercises and learned something new. If you like more such challenges, then click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Wish you all the best.